Greg. For those of you who may have joined me for the first time, this is Wellness by Greg. For some of you who may have been following my channels before, I did Fit for Any Age, where I did a few videos, but I thought I'd make a short video today just to explain to you what Wellness for Greg is all about. As you can see from behind me, I've got, it's a bit of a screen at the back, which I'm trying to do, and it's a bit of a basic setup at the moment, but of course as we see how the videos go and the traction and the response, then I can update the videos from there. But the purpose of today is just to briefly explain what Wellness for Greg is all about, and I guess what you can expect from the blogs moving forward. Okay, so a quick brief about me and what I am and what I do. My name is Greg, obviously, as I mentioned before. My background is in the fitness industry and in mental health, which I currently work. I have worked inpatient and I've also worked community. I've done various studies into personality disorders. I've currently completed a qualification in nurse prescribing, and I see lots of people on a daily basis who are in the community, who are in need of mental health support, who are experiencing anxiety, experiencing depression, and I'm seeing how the COVID and the pandemic is kind of amplifying this and making these experiences worse for people at the moment. What Wellness for Greg is about really is about our wellness and our well-being. So whilst the focus at the moment is about your wellness and your well-being during the pandemic obviously won't be here forever, and I'd like to think that I would like to continue to be there as a source of support, as wellness and well-being for you, and it's a source where you can read, where there's blogs, where there's videos. Hopefully I'll also be looking to branch out into podcasts as well, because I understand that not everyone has time to read, so sometimes it might be nice to hear a transcript or watch a video as you're watching today. I guess a good starting point would be to have the discussion, what is wellness? I mean, I've made a few notes here, so I hope you don't mind me looking down from time to time. So wellness is practicing healthy habits on a daily basis to achieve a better holistic outcome. So better holistic outcome, that's looking at the mind and that's looking at the body and looking at how one may affect the other. Wellness is also about building on your daily healthy habits and forming a strong foundation on which to develop. So we think about daily habits in which we do our morning routine, what we wake up, what we consume, also what we eat when we're out, when we're at work, when we come back home, how we manage stress, how we some of us might internalize, might self-medicate, use alcohol. So looking at the whole, how one affects the other. Obviously drinking alcohol is going to affect you in certain types of ways. It's going to affect your mind, it's going to affect your body, and obviously these things I can explain further in blogs and videos down the line. Having obviously explained a bit about wellness, I'd like to look at some well-being. So well-being is a state of being comfortable, healthy and happy, and that might be a suggestion about being productive in your daily work, in your daily environment, feeling that you're able to you're making vulnerable contributions to the community, and not the community or your family, your friends, and coping with your daily stresses in a healthy and productive manner. If you had read my earlier blogs, links of which I will put in the description below, you will know that I do look at emotional well-being, at well-being, wellness and lifestyle, and the synergy and how they're all affecting each other. So that sometimes if your well-being is affected, it's going to affect your wellness, it's going to affect your lifestyle, and similarly also if your lifestyle is an unhealthy lifestyle, such as you're not eating right, you're not looking after yourself, you're drinking, you're using recreational substances, you're smoking, you're not resting, you're not sleeping, you're becoming very stressed. These will all manifest, and they also have that effect on your body, which will affect your well-being, which will affect your wellness. So think of it like a bit of a circle that goes around. As some of you who've also been following my blog, you will know that I'm going to start to look at 8 different parts of the well-being. So the emotional well-being, the social well-being, the intellectual well-being, the environmental well-being, the physical well-being, the financial well-being, the occupational well-being, and the spiritual well-being. So it's 8 of these. Thus far, I've written about the emotional well-being. You can find a link to the in the below. Social well-being, I have a blog which is going to be coming out this Friday the 12th of March, which if you want to read that, please follow the link and also subscribe to the page. That would be really appreciated. And then obviously from then I will also be looking at some of the other aspects of the well-being as I go through the weeks, and obviously then I'll be forming the videos and the blogs. Okay, so a bit of a brief about emotional well-being. So when you think about emotional well-being, you're thinking about how can you look after yourself emotionally. So one part which I have written in my previous blog is about self-compassion. People are very self-critical. People put lots of pressure on themselves. They put themselves down. And it's about being mindful of when you are in that process. A lot of us always try to look for the faults in ourselves, and sometimes it's actually learning to be a bit more kind to yourself and actually learning to say, well, do you know what, actually, this is obviously, I need to be more kind to myself. I need to be more gentle to myself. It's also about something which I call like gratitude tennis or gratitude ping pong. You can do it with yourself, or you can do it with someone else. You give them a compliment, they give you a compliment back. Again, it's about looking for the gratitude, but it's also not compliment, gratitude. So it's about sending out something which you're grateful about that person, and this is something back towards you. If you are alone by yourself, you don't have anyone to practice that with, you can always write yourself a gratitude letter. So you can write things which you're grateful for to yourself, and you can send it to yourself. And when you get it, it's just like a gentle reminder of things that you're grateful for. Social well-being, which I will come on to in my blog on Friday, but just to kind of give you a bit of a brief, like a taster. We are living at the moment, obviously, there's lots of social media exposure at the moment, and sometimes thinking social media is part of being social, but social media can actually sometimes isolate us and can also make us feel more worried and more panicked and more insecure. So sometimes it's also about having a break from that social media and having a break from that exposure and trying to connect with people on. It's difficult with COVID at the moment. Obviously we're in lockdown, there's COVID, but being able to connect with people online, on the phone. You're calling someone on the phone, you're calling someone online. Also sometimes virtually. I mean, we are obviously lucky if we can communicate with people face to face, but you can also do it virtually through like FaceTime, WhatsApp, whatever kind of apps you're using at the moment. Other things you can do, you can play online games, etc. But again, I'll go into more detail about that in my blog this Friday. So that's just a brief about my Wellness by Greg. Obviously, thank you very much for tuning in. Also, you might see that I have wearing a Wellness by Greg shirt. It's a shirt which I made, and if you want, there's a QR code you can scan. So you go to that QR scan code. Yeah, you can scan that code. Obviously, that would also give you more information about the site. And obviously, if there's a demand for it, if any of you would like a shirt, I'm sure I could put a order in and I can get a quote. But until then, obviously, thank you for tuning in. Please recommend the channel to anyone who you think might benefit from it. If you are struggling at the moment, please know that there is support there out for you and that you can reach out and there's someone to talk to. Until then, take care, look after yourself.